Something ancient just crossed the sky, and it's not here by accident. You can feel it, can't you? The pressure, the tension, the strange buzzing in your body that you can't explain. That's not anxiety, that's activation. This is the moment your intuition warned you about. The dreams, the signs, the repeating numbers, the feelings you couldn't shake, no matter how hard you tried to distract yourself. You weren't imagining it, you were sensing it. The Lyrids have arrived, and with them, something bigger than light. This is not entertainment, this is not background beauty, this is a message, and not everyone will hear it. Only those who are paying attention, only those who are awake enough to feel the pull. The rest, they'll scroll past, they'll laugh it off, they'll miss it, but not you. This isn't just a meteor shower, it's a reckoning, a calling, a brief, burning moment where your future comes looking for you. It doesn't knock, it strikes, fast, loud, with fire, and it doesn't wait. This is a warning. You either move forward or get pulled. There is no pause, no middle, no second round. The sky is speaking, and the question is, are you finally ready to listen? Like this video if you felt the shift. Subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Drop the number 77 in the comments to claim this energy and help spread this message. Someone out there needs it more than you know, because something is shifting right now, not tomorrow, not when it's convenient. Now, you're not watching this by chance. You've been guided here for a reason. So sit up, breathe deep, look closer, because what's moving in the sky is already moving in you. Let's begin. And if what's moving in the sky is already moving in you, then you know the sky itself has shifted. You can feel it in the silence between your thoughts, in the way time feels like it's bending, stretching, looping. The world looks the same on the surface, but underneath, something fundamental has changed. The patterns are no longer holding. The things that once kept you safe feel heavy. The thoughts that used to silence your instincts are losing power, because something invisible has tilted. Not slightly, not subtly, dramatically. This isn't a normal sky. This is a sky mid-transformation, a sky charged with memory, intention, and force. And this shift is not abstract, it's personal. It's targeting the very frequency you're living on. The Lyrid Meteor Shower isn't just passing overhead, it's passing through your field, through your nervous system, through the layers of self you've buried to survive. This isn't just a seasonal event. It's a spiritual recalibration, one that only happens once a year, and only for a brief window. You can miss it. Most will. They'll go outside, see a streak of light, say wow, and go back inside unchanged. But if you're feeling this, if something in your chest tightens every time you look up, then this moment is for you. It's been waiting for months, maybe years, maybe lifetimes. Because this alignment isn't random, it's precise. This isn't just happening in April, it's happening now because this is when your soul is most ready. The sky doesn't waste time, it doesn't show up early, it doesn't offer power to the unprepared. The Lyrids fall when the atmosphere and the human field are synchronized, when the veil between intention and reality is thin enough to tear. And that tear is here, right now. You may have felt the buildup before today, restless sleep, strange dreams, flashes of inspiration that vanish before you can write them down. Conversations that feel like déjà vu, sudden urges to purge, move, speak, cry, scream. That's not mood, that's momentum. The sky is shifting you from the inside out. It's not a coincidence that your thoughts have become louder, that your emotions feel sharper, that your body is buzzing. You are being recalibrated to meet a higher timeline, one that won't carry the weight of your past. And that means things will feel chaotic before they feel clear. That's the process, that's the point. This is what it feels like when the universe rewrites your code, when a cosmic force slices through the static and says, not this path, that one. It's not always gentle, it's not always graceful, but it is always exact. If you've ever prayed for clarity, this is how it arrives, not in a whisper, but in fire. The sky has shifted. You are shifting with it. And what comes next will ask everything of you. And if you are shifting with it, if your chest tightens, if your thoughts feel louder, if your dreams feel more like messages than memories, then you already know this isn't random. You already feel it. The way each meteor cuts through the sky like it knows where it's going, like it's not just falling, but arriving. That's because it is. Every flash, every streak, every breath of fire entering our atmosphere is calculated, measured, timed. You're not watching chaos. You're inside a design so precise it would terrify you if you saw the full scope of it. This is not nature putting on a show. This is the universe delivering a signal. Not vague, not abstract, tailored. It's coming for you, not to entertain, but to activate. The timing of it all, the alignment of the Earth as it moves through the debris left behind by Comet Thatcher, the way these fragments return every April, without fail, carrying the same ancient code with a slightly different target each time, that's not seasonal rhythm, that's strategy. You are standing inside a sequence, a divinely coded moment where time folds in on itself, where the path you were meant to take since before you were born is being illuminated not with signs on the ground, but with fire from above. These meteors don't fall by mistake. They don't scatter without aim. They arrive in formation, even if you can't see the pattern yet. And that pattern? It includes you. You're not just here to witness it. You're part of it, a living component of something that stretches back thousands of years and forward into everything you've yet to become. The universe doesn't waste this kind of fire. It doesn't send it without purpose. That restlessness inside you, that low hum you can't name, that's resonance. That's the signal hitting your frequency. You were meant to feel it. That's how the energy knows where to land. Thought alone won't call it. Hope alone won't hold it. You have to be open, willing, awake enough to say, this isn't coincidence. This is my calling. The world may not validate that feeling. The people around you may not understand why you're so emotional right now, why you feel so raw, so urgent. They don't have to. This isn't for them. This alignment wasn't sent to the masses. It was sent to the ones who've been listening in silence, healing in the dark, preparing without even knowing what they were preparing for. You. Because what's falling through the sky isn't randomness. It's precision, it's power, and it's coming in fast, hot, and loaded with everything you've been afraid to ask for. But to claim it, you must first recognize it. This is not luck. This is not a nice night to look up. This is a cosmic code embedded in light, and the ones who decode it are the ones who shift timelines. And if you're still watching this, it means you're already decoding it, which means it's already begun. And if it's already begun, if the code is unfolding through you right now, then you need to understand exactly what you're standing beneath. These aren't just streaks of light cutting through the night. They're not just debris. They're not just rocks. They're relics, living, burning fragments of a message written long before your name ever existed. This is ancient fire, and it's falling for you. Each meteor you see tonight isn't a random explosion in the sky. It's a carrier, a vessel, a whisper from 2,700 years ago that's traveled across the solar system, across time, to land right here, right now, in this moment. The Lyrids are the remains of Comet Thatcher, a cosmic traveler that hasn't passed us since 1861 and won't return until 2276. But it left pieces of itself behind, not by accident, not as waste, as markers, as breadcrumbs, as reminders. These meteors are fragments of that forgotten fire. And yet, here they are, reigniting, re-entering the atmosphere with purpose. You're not watching dust burn, you're watching memory awaken. You're watching something old become new again. And when that fire tears across the sky, it's not just lighting up the dark, it's lighting something inside you. Because you've felt this before. Maybe not in this lifetime, maybe not in any lifetime you can name, but deep in your bones, there's a part of you that remembers, that recognizes this fire as something sacred, something significant. That ache in your chest when you see them, that's not awe, that's memory. That's your spirit remembering what it came here to do. The Lyrids aren't entertainment, they're initiation. This is ancient fire delivering present power. It doesn't care about your schedule. It doesn't care if you think you're ready. It shows up when the timing is aligned, and right now it is. These meteors are moving through a portal of influence, and as Earth intersects that path, you're invited, no, summoned, into a moment of awakening that only happens once a year, and never the same way twice. You are walking through fire left behind centuries ago, and it still holds the charge. The energy isn't weakened by time, It's amplified because it waited. It waited for this moment, for your frequency, for your mind, your body, your soul to be open enough to feel it and act. And if you ignore it, it will pass. The sky will fall quiet, and you'll return to your routine, knowing deep down that something tried to reach you. But if you listen, if you look up and truly receive it, everything changes, because this fire isn't just old, it's awake, and it's looking for someone who's finally ready to burn clean, to release the past, and to carry that spark forward. You don't need to understand how it works. You only need to feel what's happening, because when ancient fire lands in the present, it doesn't ask you to think. It asks you to remember. And if this fire is asking you to remember, then remember this. Where it comes from matters just as much as where it's going. Because the Lyrids don't just fall from anywhere. They rise from Lyra, a small constellation with a massive legacy, and near its heart burns Vega, bright, unblinking, watching. Vega is not just another star in the sky. It's a former North Star long before Polaris took the crown. It once guided entire civilizations, not just across oceans, but through initiations, through turning points, through darkness. It was the eye in the sky ancient navigators looked to when everything else failed. And now, as the Lyrids return, they rise near Vega like arrows being drawn back before release. This is not coincidence, it's direction, it's guidance embedded in geometry. The meteors streaking across your sky right now aren't just landing where they may, they're emerging from a point of power, a point of memory. Vega isn't just shining, it's pointing, not outward, inward, at something buried in you, something that's been waiting for this exact light to break through your fog. You're not meant to just stargaze tonight. You're meant to feel the pressure of alignment, the pull of a higher course. Vega is the compass, the meteors are the signal, and your intuition, that's the receiver. If you've been asking for clarity, this is it. It won't arrive in words, it will arrive in fire. Look at where they rise, look at how they move. That trajectory, it mirrors your own. Not who you've been, who you're becoming. And that's why it's uncomfortable. That's why it's so intense. The guidance being offered isn't gentle, it's sharp, it cuts, it interrupts, it forces choice. Because higher timelines don't beg, they summon. And once summoned, they don't wait long. Vega doesn't pulse with emotion, it beams with precision, with resolve. It doesn't ask you to chase your purpose, it points to it, clearly, loudly. And if your spirit's been scattered, if your energy's been diluted, this is the call to narrow in. Focus, choose. The sky is aligning with you right now, not to inspire, but to initiate. You're not watching light drift through the cosmos, you're watching purpose take form. And the more you resist it, the louder it becomes, until you either act or it forces movement through disruption. This isn't a threat, it's a reminder that your destiny was never vague. It's always been written in a pattern above your head. Vega has been aiming for centuries, and tonight, that aim finds you. So when the meteors rise, don't just look, don't just wish. Ask yourself what they're rising toward, because whatever answer comes next, it's not your imagination, it's your alignment. And once you feel it, really feel it, the rest of the path begins to reveal itself, one flash at a time. And once the path begins to reveal itself, something else becomes unmistakably clear. This guidance isn't just light in the sky, it's an opening, a thinning, a sacred window between worlds that refuses to stay closed any longer. From April 16th to 22nd, the veil is not just lifting, it's tearing. Not symbolically, not poetically, literally. The space between thought and outcome, between vision and reality, is collapsing, fast. And if you're not grounded in who you are, that speed will shake you. This isn't about waiting anymore. The delay between what you feel and what shows up is vanishing. The lag time between your questions and the universe's answer is gone. You think it and it echoes back. You speak it and something moves. You feel it and the mirror shifts. That's what happens when the veil thins, when the world you've imagined starts bleeding into the world you walk in. It's not magic, it's mechanics. Ancient energetic law finally snapping into place. But most won't notice. They'll feel a little off, a little dizzy, a little overstimulated, and they'll blame stress, or sleep, or the weather. They'll ignore the signs, misread the signals, and miss the window completely. Because the veil isn't gone, it's just thin, and only those willing to feel into the silence, to trust what they can't explain, will realize what's actually happening. You can already feel the quickening, the surge of emotion that doesn't make logical sense, the strange coincidences stacking like breadcrumbs, the dreams that feel more real than your waking life. That's not your mind playing tricks on you. That's reality reshaping itself to meet your readiness. That's the result of fire in the sky syncing with fire in your soul. This portal doesn't open wide. It doesn't stay long. It flickers like a heartbeat, like breath held between dimensions. And each night between April 16th and 22nd, it opens a little more, if you're paying attention, if you're aligning your energy, if you're not numbing yourself with distraction. Because the moment you stop scrolling, stop doubting, stop pretending this isn't happening, something unlocks. That's when it begins. The split-second choices that echo louder than usual, the words you speak vibrating out like signals, the thoughts you think reaching further, faster. The veil doesn't just thin, it responds. And the universe, it's listening, closely. This week isn't ordinary, it never was. It's not just about watching meteors fall, it's about recognizing when the atmosphere itself changes, when the boundary between who you are and who you're becoming starts to blur. That's what this energy is doing, softening the hard edges between timelines. And if you're aware, if you're clear, it lets you choose. But you can't choose if you're asleep. You can't shift if you're silent. The veil is thinning, and through it, something is reaching back. Will you meet it or miss it? And if something is reaching back through the veil, then it's not just about seeing the signs. It's about feeling them, deep, raw, unavoidable. That restlessness you've been carrying isn't just from the world around you. It's not your to-do list. It's not your caffeine. It's not anxiety. It's your soul responding to pressure, the pressure of change, the pressure of release, the pressure of becoming something your old self was never built to contain. You feel it in your chest like a knot that won't loosen. You feel it in your limbs like you're too big for your body. You feel it in your thoughts, jumping timelines, running ahead of logic. That's not stress. That's your system trying to hold on to a version of you that no longer fits. A version that can't survive in the energy that's arriving. And as the meteors fall, so must that old self. It doesn't go quietly. It cracks. It resists. It pulls you back into fear and doubt and numbness. But that pull, that pressure, it's a sign that the fire is working. This is what activation feels like. Not peaceful, not polite. It feels like chaos inside stillness, like electricity in your blood, like wanting to cry and scream and dance and run all at once. It feels overwhelming because it's doing what it was designed to do. Override the systems you built to survive, so you can finally live. You're being initiated, not through ceremony, but through sensation, through the invisible rewiring of your nervous system as it recalibrates to match a new reality. You're not being broken, you're being opened. Every ache, every surge, every tear is a crack in the casing of who you used to be. You're not losing control, you're shedding it. The kind of control that was rooted in fear, in habit, in staying small. Let it go, let it burn, because something brighter is breaking through. You may not recognize yourself in the mirror this week. That's good. You're not supposed to. That face was built to survive the old energy. This week, your field is updating. Your truth is rising. Your fire is being stoked by forces far older and more intentional than anything you've known. And you don't need to fully understand it. That's not the point. Your job isn't to analyze the heat. Your job is to feel it, to trust that the fire inside you and the fire falling from the sky are working together, one triggering the other, one unlocking the other, one calling the other forward. You asked for a breakthrough. This is what it looks like. This is what it feels like. A silent combustion of who you were, making space for who you've always been underneath it all. Don't resist the heat. Don't medicate the discomfort. Don't mistake the ache for something going wrong. This is how a soul wakes up, and you're waking. Right on time. And if you're waking right on time, if the fire has reached you and something inside has cracked open, then don't just sit in the heat. Speak through it. This isn't a week for silence. This isn't a time for hoping quietly. The energy that's surrounding you now doesn't respond to hesitation. It responds to clarity, to conviction, to command. You've spent too long whispering your wants, stuffing them into journal pages and daydreams, waiting for the right moment. That moment is here, but it doesn't arrive gently. It arrives with fire, and fire demands voice. Speak it, not as a question, not as a maybe. Speak your vision like it already lives in your bones. Speak your timeline like it's already unfolding beneath your feet. The veil is too thin for doubt now. The space between thought and reality is too short for indecision. You don't need to yell it into the void. You need to say it like a law, like a truth you're reclaiming. This isn't about ego, it's about embodiment. If the universe is listening, and it is, then what are you actually saying? What are you declaring out loud with your chest, with your soul, into this cosmic corridor? Because this week, every word carries weight, every intention takes root, every declaration strikes the fabric of reality like a meteor striking the earth. And it leaves a mark. You're not just manifesting now, you're magnetizing, and silence is no longer an option. So speak into the fire, into the sky, into yourself. Right here, right now. Declare who you are and watch what happens next. And once you've spoken into the fire, once the words have left your body with power and precision, don't wait for the response. Become it. The sky isn't asking you to watch and wonder anymore. It's asking you to rise. Because the meteors aren't just falling, you are. Or rather, the old you is, so the real one can finally rise. This is the turning point. This is where you stop chasing signs and realize you are one. You're not just in alignment. You are the alignment. The thoughts you choose, the actions you take, the energy you hold. That's what makes the shift real. That's what grounds the cosmic into the tangible. You were never meant to be a passive observer beneath the stars. You were always meant to be a mirror of them, a living reminder that the same force lighting up the night sky burns in your chest, that the same fire tearing through the atmosphere is running through your blood. You are the reflection, you are the match, you are the spark. So move like it, think like it, decide like it. You've already been called. The fire found you. The veil opened. The moment arrived. And now, it's your turn to become the movement. This isn't about waiting anymore. This is about becoming the signal, the proof, the living echo of everything the universe has been trying to show you. Let people feel the shift in your presence. Let your choices ripple. Let your vision set off a chain reaction. The meteors are falling, but you're not just watching. You're rising with them, and you're not coming back the same. And now as the fire continues to fall and the portal begins to pulse, remember this. What you do now echoes far beyond this week. You are no longer waiting for a sign. You are the sign. Trust it. Move with it. Become it. If this message lit something inside you, like this video, subscribe for more, and drop the number 77 in the comments to claim this energy and let the universe know you're awake, alive, and aligned. Share this with someone who needs to remember their fire. The meteors are falling. The portal is open. The time is now.